From the dazzling world of magic to the depths of personal loss, Shin Lim's life is a powerful narrative of triumph over adversity. In this video, we will explore the heart-wrenching tragedies he faced and how they transformed him into the iconic performer we celebrate today. Shin Lim's journey into the world of magic is a remarkable tale of talent, perseverance, and hard work. Born on September 25, 1991, in Vancouver, Canada, Shin's fascination with magic began at a young age. He was introduced to the craft at just 4 years old by his father, who performed simple magic tricks at home. This initial exposure ignited a lifelong passion in Shin. However, it wasn't until his family moved to the United States, specifically to Massachusetts, that he began honing his skills seriously. As a teenager, he became captivated by the intricate sleight-of-hand magic performed by the likes of Di Vernon and other legendary magicians. He spent countless hours studying, practicing, and perfecting his craft, all fueled by a profound love for illusions and performance. As a high school student, Shin was dedicated to his ambitions, participating in magic clubs and competitions, where he often won accolades and recognition for his innovative style and execution. At the age of 20, Shin suffered a setback that would change the course of his life. During his time at the University of Massachusetts, he was diagnosed with severe carpal tunnel syndrome, a debilitating condition impacting the nerves in his wrists and hands. This diagnosis served as a harsh wake-up call for the aspiring magician. He feared that he would never be able to perform again, only months after embarking on his journey in the world of professional magic. However, rather than succumbing to despair, Shin displayed an incredible level of determination, seeking alternative avenues to adapt his style while coping with the limitations of his condition. After a challenging rehabilitation process, he found ways to perform magic that circumvented the physical strain on his hands. This process not only shaped his identity as an artist, but also influenced the development of his signature style: fluid, visually stunning, and emotionally stirring performances that engage audiences on multiple levels. His resilience and creativity allowed him to emerge from this difficult period stronger than ever. By 2015, Shin Lim made his television debut in the United States on the popular show America's Got Talent. His stunning performances captivated both the judges and viewers, propelling him into the national spotlight. He quickly became known for his distinct card manipulation and dramatic presentation style. However, it was also during this period that the words "heartbreaking tragedy" would begin to resonate in Shin's life outside the stage. The pressures of fame, coupled with the unresolved emotional challenges from his earlier years, would soon create personal struggles that he would have to confront head-on. Despite this, he continued to strive for greatness, winning the competition's top prize that same year, marking a monumental milestone in his career. The recognition granted him the opportunity to share his story and magic on various platforms, allowing him to connect with fans and fellow artists alike. His subsequent performances, including mesmerizing showcases on The Ellen DeGeneres Show and his tours around the globe, were testaments to his extraordinary talents and ability to rise from adversity. Yet, beneath the glitz and glamour of fame, Shin was grappling with deep emotional turmoil, an experience that many fans were unaware of. As Shin Lim's fame escalated, he found himself facing an overwhelming amount of pressure, both from himself and others. The expectations placed on him by the public, his peers, and even the entertainment industry began to feel suffocating. Having gone through such tumultuous experiences to get to where he was, Shin found himself wrestling with the concept of identity. Who was he without magic? Would audiences still accept him if he faltered, if he stumbled, or if he could no longer deliver the awe that had garnered their attention? The fear of not meeting these expectations weighed heavily on his shoulders, compounding the struggles and anxiety that continued to accompany him on his journey. Unfortunately, this relentless pressure often led to moments of self-doubt, forcing him to continuously reassess his motives and the role of magic in his life. Compounding his inner turmoil, Shin faced challenges associated with the physical toll of his performances. While he had adapted his style in response to his earlier condition, the performance schedule took a significant toll on his wrists and mental health. The constant cycle of rehearsals, performances, and media appearances left little room for recovery or personal care. Even the most extricate illusion can truthfully mimic the complexity of one's emotions. As a magician, Shin had to mask any discomfort or pain he may have felt, presenting only the polished version of himself to his audience. However, beneath the stage makeup and extraordinary sleight-of-hand prowess, he battled feelings of loneliness and isolation. a reality often overlooked in the glamorous entertainment industry. Furthermore, Shin Lim's experiences as an Asian American performer in a predominantly white industry added an additional layer of complexity to his journey. He was proud of his cultural background, yet aware of the underrepresentation of Asian artists within mainstream magic and entertainment. This understanding propelled him to succeed, but also created an internal pressure to be not just a representative, but a role model, a voice for others in a similar situation. Many nights would find him reflecting on his role in the industry and whether he was doing enough to uplift and empower the next generation of aspiring artists. Yet guilt and inadequacy often clouded his otherwise bright aspiration, leaving him grappling with a dilemma that few could relate to. In the midst of his rising fame, neither the emotional burdens nor the conflicting expectations deterred Shin from pursuing his passion. He was dedicated to captivating audiences with art that moved, amazed, and uplifted. He frequently spoke about the power of magic to forge connections, tell stories, and inspire those who felt lost or marginalized. Still, tragedy loomed, often whispering in the shadows. The relentless cycle of performances and the struggles he faced led him to question the sustainability of his passion. Could he continue living the dream while battling his innermost fears and anxiety? And as he thrived on stage with his art, what sacrifices would his personal life demand in return? Tragedy struck Shin Lim closer to home when he experienced an unspeakable personal loss. The sudden passing of a close family member created an overwhelming dark cloud over his life, casting a shadow that threatened to obscure the vibrant magic he had meticulously crafted over the years. This heart-wrenching event shattered his sense of stability and security, leaving him feeling unmoored in a sea of grief. The emotional toll of losing someone he cherished reignited fears he thought he had conquered through perseverance and practice. Memories filled with warmth and laughter were now marred by an aching emptiness that loomed large, forcing Shin to confront feelings he had buried deep beneath the surface. Feelings of vulnerability, sadness, and anguish that had accompanied him throughout various life challenges. As the world had come to know him as an extraordinary magician, someone who dazzled audiences with charm, skill, and charisma, behind that facade lay an individual grappling with the harsh reality of loss. This moment became a seismic shift in his life, a struggle that would ultimately reshape his perspective on the essence of life, art, and the fleeting nature of time. The turmoil of grief dragged Shin into a phase of deep introspection. As he navigated through this emotional labyrinth, he found himself feeling more disconnected than ever from the audience who adored him. This inner conflict raised a torrent of questions that plagued his mind. Could he genuinely share joy and inspiration through his performances while wrestling with the profound sorrow and emptiness brought on by loss? Was it possible to deliver captivating magic while carrying the weight of such heartache? Initially, the pressure to maintain a cheerful facade, to perform and entertain as if nothing had changed, began to erode the passion that once ignited his artistic spirit. The more he attempted to mask his grief with a smile, the heavier the burden felt, like carrying a tantalizing illusion that was slowly slipping through his fingers. Frequently, he contemplated stepping away from the stage altogether, yearning for a sense of solace away from the bright lights and applause that once inspired him. In those moments of loneliness, a bittersweet memory of the loved one he had lost began to call him back. The message resonated gently yet persistently, reminding him that art could serve as healing and catharsis, a means of navigating the turbulent waters of grief. In those quiet moments of reflection, Shin began to understand that transforming his sorrow into something beautiful could also be a powerful way to honor the memory of his loved one. As he delved deeper into his feelings and connected with the essence of his loss, Shin found a newfound resilience rising within him. He began to channel his pain into his performances in unexpected ways. Love, loss, and the bittersweet nature of life emerged as recurring themes that found their way into his magic. Each trick, each illusion, transformed into a story, a narrative infused with emotion that spoke not only of his resilience, but of the love and memories attached to those who were no longer present. Audiences became transfixed as they sensed a depth of emotion previously absent from his work. What was once a display of technical prowess morphed into a heartfelt examination of human experiences, evoking laughter, tears, and everything in between. It was here, in the very depths of heartbreak, that he discovered a new purpose within his art. Each performance became a chance to explore the raw and complex layers of life's journey. In this time of grieving, Shin's magic evolved from mere entertainment into an exploration of shared human experiences, an expression of the delicate balance between joy and sorrow. Through his art, he found himself connecting more deeply with those who gathered to watch him. The audience became not just a collection of faces, they became witnesses to a profoundly intimate experience, sharing in the raw vulnerability he wove into every narrative. His magic became a medium for shared feelings of love and vulnerability, encouraging reflection on the fleeting moments that bind us all. Shin's performances were no longer just magic tricks. They transformed into a profound journey that resonated deeply with those who watched, fostering a sense of community among strangers brought together by sentiment and emotion. Through the process of grief, Shin began to recognize that he was not alone in his suffering. He soon realized that many others had felt the pangs of loss, the haunting questions of what if, and the longing for those who had departed. This collective understanding served as a poignant reminder of the power of art. It can bridge gaps, foster connection, and communicate emotions that often lay unspoken beneath the surface. Compelled by this realization, Shin began to open up about his experience, utilizing social media and interviews as platforms to share his personal story, the journey of grappling with loss, and the transformative power of magic. Stories began to flow from his heart, allowing those who looked up to him not just to see the magician, but to understand the man behind the illusion, a man who was not merely an entertainer, but also a human being navigating the intricate and often painful complexities of life. Through candidness, he invited audiences into his world, illustrating that beneath the artistry lay a heart that felt deeply and a soul wrestling with its own fragility. The act of sharing his vulnerabilities became a source of solace and empowerment. If he could face his pain head-on, perhaps he could also help others find their way through the murky waters of grief. As he spoke openly about loss, he offered hope to those who might have felt isolated in their struggles. His bravery in sharing personal stories allowed his audience to see their reflections within him, and as he opened up, he discovered his voice, not just as a performer, but as an advocate for resilience and emotional well-being in navigating the stormy seas of life. It was through this process of storytelling and connection that Shin found purpose anew, an unexpected reason to celebrate life and embrace the myriad moments that shape our existence. In allowing his art to evolve alongside his healing, Shin Lim found a way to honor his past while moving actively toward the future. His journey would continue, filled with both challenges and triumphs, each moment weaving deeper into the rich fabric of his narrative, a narrative that reminded him that even in moments of sorrow, there lies a space for growth, regeneration, and the enduring magic of vulnerability. His continued exploration of pain and healing became a testament to the human spirit's capacity to construct beauty from the fragments of tragedy. In the aftermath of significant loss, Shin Lim embarked on a profound and transformative path of healing and renewal. Acknowledging his grief became an essential first step in reclaiming his narrative and rediscovering the person he had once been before the waves of tragedy hit. This acknowledgement wasn't merely an act of acceptance, it involved delving into the depths of his emotions, the sorrow, anger, confusion, and even the moments of joy that existed within the shadows of his grief. It was vital for Shin to confront the pain rather than suppress it, treating his emotions as a part of his story rather than obstacles to be avoided. This honest exploration of his feelings allowed him to embrace vulnerability, revealing aspects of himself that many would not typically associate with the world of magic, a world often characterized by spectacle and illusion. Through self-reflection and therapy, along with a newly found commitment to self-compassion, Shin began the intricate journey of rediscovering not only his passion for magic, but also a deeper sense of peace and acceptance regarding the events that had unfolded in his life. Therapy provided him with the tools to navigate the labyrinth of his emotions, equipping him to understand how his past shaped his present. He started journaling, capturing his thoughts and feelings, allowing the ink to symbolize a cathartic expression of emotions that he had bottled up inside for far too long. Each entry became a stepping stone toward understanding who he was becoming through this process, the magician who was not afraid to bare his soul, inviting others on a journey that interwove both the light and dark threads of existence. Whenever he stepped onto the stage, Shin transformed his performances into a sanctuary, a sacred space where both he and his audience could find solace, understanding, and celebration in the face of life's tribulations. His magic evolved beyond mere entertainment. Each act became an embodiment of healing, a shared experience that reminded everyone present of the universality of emotion, joy, sorrow, and resilience. Each show became a tribute, not just to the memories of those he had lost, but to the life he was still living. This unique approach meant that audiences were not merely spectators. They became part of a collective narrative. They experienced moments of laughter, tears, and triumph, moments that resonated with their own stories of love and loss. The applause transformed into a chorus of support, affirming that even in their struggles, they were not alone. Realizing the importance of forging deeper connections beyond the world of entertainment, Shin took steps to prioritize authentic relationships outside of the spotlight. While the accolades and achievements certainly mattered, serving as milestones of his hard work and dedication, he recognized that genuine bonds were what truly mattered in life. Building a strong support system became vital for his healing journey. Reconnecting with friends and family provided a newfound sense of grounding. He made it a point to check in with loved ones, sharing both laughter and tears, creating opportunities to build back the relationships that had been strained by the demands of his career. Moreover, prioritizing mental health over the often demanding rigors of his career became a cornerstone of Shin's recovery process. He began scheduling mental health days, time he set aside intentionally to retreat from obligations, allowing himself the space to breathe, reflect, and recuperate. It was during these quieter moments that he often found inspiration and clarity, returning to the stage with fresh energy and renewed perspectives. Through these experiences, he embraced vulnerability as a strength rather than a weakness. He learned that admitting to moments of struggle and sadness did not detract from his identity as an artist, but instead enriched it, allowing him to forge deeper connections rooted in shared experiences of humanity. His perception of magic also underwent a significant transformation. He began to see it not only as a series of performances, but also as an opportunity to foster community. Magic became a means to connect people, to break down barriers, and to remind audiences of the beauty found in wonder and imagination. This shift led him to collaborate with fellow artists, creating immersive experiences that combined various art forms while elevating the magic experience as a whole. His commitment to mentorship also flourished during this period. He actively sought out opportunities to guide and inspire up-and-coming performers. Shin took pride in sharing his journey with others, encouraging them to take risks, embrace their individuality, and above all, to remain authentic and vulnerable in their own art. As he ventured deeper into this new chapter of his life, Shin made a concerted effort to utilize his platform to advocate for mental health awareness, keenly recognizing the toll that performance pressure, personal struggles, and societal expectations can impose on individuals, particularly within the demanding world of entertainment. His willingness to speak openly about his experiences served as a powerful reminder that no one is immune to challenges, regardless of their success or public persona. He began partnering with mental health organizations, lending his voice and support to campaigns aimed at promoting mental wellness. Through these collaborations, he championed messages of self-acceptance, resilience, and healing, showcasing that it was not only okay to ask for help, but essential. Furthermore, Shin understood that his journey was not unique. It mirrored the experiences of many who felt burdened by their unique struggles, those who grappled with depression, anxiety, grief, or the relentless pursuit of perfection in work and life. Through his advocacy efforts, he aimed to remove the stigma surrounding mental health conversations, sparking deeper dialogue among artists and the larger community. He frequently shared stories of his own vulnerabilities during workshops and events, encouraging open dialogue and fostering an environment where individuals felt safe to express their struggles without fear of judgment. Through these efforts, he ignited hope in those who might have felt isolated in their fears, assuring them that healing and connection were possible. As Shin Lim entered this new era of personal and professional fulfillment, he recognized that the path of healing is rarely linear. There will undoubtedly be challenges ahead, moments of sadness, nostalgia, and reminders of the past pain that lingers in the corners of his mind. Yet he learned that these experiences only serve to deepen his wisdom and appreciation for life. He embraced the complexity of his emotional landscape, understanding that each artifact of memory could either shackle him or serve as a source of strength, depending on how he chose to engage with it. Through it all, his art remained an essential part of his journey, an embodiment of resilience, the beauty that can emerge from heartbreak, and a beacon of hope for those wandering through dark. Today, as Shin captivates audiences with his astonishing talent, he stands as a testament to the power of vulnerability and storytelling. Every performance is not just a display of magical prowess, but an invitation to connect, to revel in the shared human experience, and to recognize that even in our darkest hours, there exists hope, healing, and the chance for renewal. Shin's story resonates with many, reminding us that we are all capable of transforming our pain into something beautiful, using our experiences to spark courage and resilience in ourselves and others.